Hello everyone, I'm here at Longpoint 2016, and so I've been walking around the halls and looking at some of what the vendors have, and I'm here with Christian and Natasha from Purpleheart Armoury, and I'm excited to see all sorts of stuff that they have on their tables on display, and I've honestly already purchased a couple of things. They also had a lot of books and whatnot, but I really wanted to talk about some of their practice equipment and their drilling equipment and a lot of the unique things they have. Natasha, first I'm going to talk to you just a little bit about Purpleheart Armoury for people who maybe aren't aware. I think it'd be very surprising, but if someone's not aware, what would you say about Purpleheart Armoury?
Just that we've been in business for 17 years now. We're based in Houston, Texas. The business is myself and Christian. Christian designs all of the swords. We make most of our swords. We have a shop. We do have 2 employees now that help us out. We have Ashley, who I'll bring over in a second, who we brought on as our online customer service because I just don't have enough hours in the day to answer all of the emails because HEMA is growing. The market is expanding. There's new clubs coming up all of the time. Our website is to a point now where it looks like we're this huge company, but the products do come from our shop in Houston. We make all of the practice swords, the wood swords, a lot of the things on the table. And then our business is large because we do import some of our items. We import the Spec products from Poland. We import PBT from Hungary. We sell the Night Shop line. We sell the Encifers. We import books from different publishers in Europe. So our store is a massive marketplace, and our focus of our business is, our tagline is training begins here. So what we try to do is set ourselves up for someone that is beginning HEMA, just starting out. You can come to us and you can get everything that you need to start practicing and start learning this art. So you can come to us, you can get your sword, your mask, your jacket, your gloves, and then as time goes on and you think, oh, now I need more, I want more, because we always want more. You can buy pants, you can buy socks, you can buy t-shirts and books and just everything else. So we try to have that complete package for our customers. We try to cover all of the bases that someone would need, and we're always expanding our line. So we'll have someone come to us and say, oh, please make this new thing. We're happy to try to help you out with that. Christian's always got ideas for new swords, new products, new items. We have these knees here that I went to an event and I saw Jake Norwood wearing these, and I thought, oh, that would be a great addition to our line. So we added those to our store within a couple of weeks. So that is our specialty. That is what we're good at, is going out there, listening to our customers' needs and filling those needs. But still, we still have the wooden swords that we started with 17 years ago. We still sell these and make these, and they're the high quality, product that everyone expects from us.
Yeah, and wooden swords. It's woodenswords.com, right? That's for now. And it's funny you said that you're kind of trying to be that one-stop shop. So in my HEMA club, I have a kind of a one-pager for people who are brand new to it. So the first time they ever come to a class, I say, here's a page you need. It will get you kick-started. And one of the line items is gear. And wooden swords is like number one. You can go to this website and you can find a wooden sword. You can find a synthetic. You can find a lot of the gear you need. And so I think you're actually fulfilling that mission statement of actually supplying what people need and what they want, and they don't have to go scouring the web for it anymore, because honestly that's one of the most infuriating things, is knowing. I'll give you a perfect example. This right here, this rubber mallet head essentially can be used to make a war hammer, or you can put a spike on it and make a pole axe. I looked everywhere for these, right? If I had thought, I was like, oh, I could have just gone to wooden swords, right? So there's that opportunity to just go find it, because these are honestly hard to find. So I think, yeah, absolutely.
Because the other thing is, back in the day when HEMA was first starting out, there wasn't HEMA-specific gear. You used lacrosse gloves, and you used, hockey gear, and you used a fencing mask, and you used this, and all of these different things, and you sort of had to combine these things and hopefully make yourself a HEMA kit. Now HEMA is to the point, and it's growing even more, that there are even more specialized products for HEMA. So, Spec has done really great with coming out with HEMA-specific gear. So we carry, that's why we carry their line, because it's meant for HEMA. It's meant for fencers that are fighting in that style. It's not I know that people want to do sometimes they want to go with the less expensive option, but we try to import the things to our shop that you don't have to worry about paying shipping from Europe for one thing here and one thing there. You can come to our site and get things from 5 different countries and pay, $17 shipping. So we do try to fulfill that gap in the middle, that you don't have to try to scour the internet for the best products. We hope that you can come to our site and find it there.
Wonderful, awesome. So actually, turning to the products themselves, so we've gotten kind of the face of the operation here, but we're going to go behind the scenes and look at some of what has actually been created. So, Christian, I'm just going to let you kind of talk through some of these items. He'll pick this one up, and we'll talk through some of these. I'm actually really excited to get to these, but I'll let you talk about this first, and we'll just kind of go through it.
Yeah, it's the tail end of Longpoint, so it's been an incredible event. So I'm honestly sold out of a lot of new things, but I've got a few things that I can show you or give to you later for some future shows, like you were saying.
Yeah, I regret that we did not do this video earlier because there was so much more on the table, and a lot of it's gone. I will say the one thing we're not going to get to talk about, and I saw it in someone's bag, was a horse head falcata.
Yep.
I really regret that I did not capture that in this video, but I'm sure it's available online somewhere, so go check out the website for that.
I'll have that and a Copus and a Sumerian Bronze Age sword. I'm going to do those. So I was just kind of sitting around thinking, what am I missing? And the ancient weapons was definitely. I have the Rudis and I have a Gladius that I've had out of wood for a long time, but nothing really beyond that. And there's so many other interesting things. They're having an amazing time with the Copus yesterday, just trying to figure out how to use it. Really dynamic type weapon.
I will intercut that video right about now because I actually got video of that, watching someone fight with a Copus and a saber. So that was quite the mashup, but it was very entertaining to watch.
It's only 1,600 years, plus or minus difference, but that's okay. But along that line, I'm going to come out with a whole new series of products. We started off with this. This is a Viking sax. Or sex. So we started with this. It's a less expensive plastic. It's along the lines of our sickle. We came out with the sickle about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. Real simple, nothing fancy, but it definitely does the job. Recently, we've added this to give the blades a little bit more of a grip. We call it tactile or whatever. So along that line, I made the sax, and then I've got this one. Actually, this was a custom job this is what I do, a custom job for a customer. Normally I would not have the Viking crossguard and pommel on it, but this will be the long sax, so you can see the difference. You can see the difference in length, and that gives people a lot of variety. These have been great. People really like less expensive, throw them in your bag. Everybody likes Viking stuff. Somebody's always going to pick it up and just work through the Viking moves with that. So along that line, we'll have some of the ancient weapons. I'm probably going to do some Celt stuff. They're very easy to make, very inexpensive, and I'll have those out for a lot of people. I'm doing a line of Filipino martial arts, so I'm going to have a Espada Daga. Here's a Kukri. I'm going to have some Chris daggers, a bunch of stuff like that. I'm doing some Chinese weapons. I've got a crescent dagger, probably a Dadong, and a couple other various weapons like that. Just along the line, just see what's out there and let people see those. Well, I got this in my hand. So we are changing. This has been the #1 seller for years. This is the top of the line. We set the standard in long swords. So, but we're kind of going up, making them a little bit sexier, kind of making them nicer. So I'm putting a fuller on them. I've widened the blades some. So this is kind of a new version that's going to start coming out. Same great balance. We have our custom cord here, stainless steel pommel. We're going to be playing around with the cross guards a little bit over the next year. I didn't introduce those much this year, but a lot of new stuff. We're just trying to dynamically change the sword. We can still keep it in historical reference, and that's what I go back to. I mean, it's got a way, it's got a balance. That's what it's about, or we're going to be making fake plastic swords, and that's not what I'm doing. It's a synthetic longsword. I keep that in mind. So that's that one. I guess I can jump around a little. Here we have some of our Dusaks. We've had the leather Dusak for years and years. It's really great for sparring. You need minimal gear on it. It absorbs the impact here. We use these. People like to warm up with them or just play games, kind of a sword game. There's a lot of stuff out there. Whenever you want to bump up your game a little bit, we have the more impact plastic here. This one does have your flex on your thrust. It's got a nagel right here. This takes a beating, but you need the gear up on this one. This one is a true sparring weapon. recently for Mark Millman of what Worcester Art Museum, they did a display of Mayer, and so he kind of contracted me to do some swords for him, some Dusaks. So I did it a wood version. We just looked at the manuals and looked and just tried to get the curve right. I put a lot of taper here on the blade and an oval grip here. This is a European birch, so it's a little bit lighter than hickory, maybe not as strong as my normal stuff, but it's a good product. Recently for this event, I just put some leather on here to try to protect the wood a little bit. This is not for sparring, but more for historical training. If you just want to, no gear, but let's just go through the routines lightly and kind of look at the manuals, kind of work through it. That's what this is for. This one was fun. I'm actually really proud of this. The tapering is all handmade, so it's a little inconsistent, but this is a fun project. Mark was real happy with that. So that's some of the custom stuff we do.
So looking especially, so you got a lot of variety here, especially for the Dusak, that you can change up how you want to approach your training with that. Like you said, you can go lighter gear, you can go full-on gear, you can do something that's more historically based. And so you're supplying like three very distinct needs there. And I wanted to turn back to real quick these kind of synthetic weapons. Because they're inexpensive. I mean, when you're talking about the cost of doing HEMA, especially the gear, these things are so minimal cost. And what you're getting for this is something that is really hard to find, which is something that has the correct profile for the weapon you're wanting to train with, a sickle being a great example, because there's treaties on sickle fighting, and it's very, very rare that people actually do that. And because these haven't existed for the HEMA community, people have had to go buy real sickles and then blunt them, or pad them, and even then it's still dangerous and it's not ideal. But what you're getting when you get these profiles, and again, I wish we kind of had like the Egyptian Khopesh here, things like that, because I think there's actually an opportunity now for people who maybe want to try to. Now, you can't really say recreate the fighting, but someone who wants to make an attempt at understanding how to fight with one of those type of weapons, they can actually try that now. They could go get 2 Egyptian Khopeshes and go at it and say, okay, well, obviously we can't fight like we would in German longsword, and we can't maybe fight like we would in modern sport fencing or something like that. So maybe there's this whole new way that you'd have to approach the use of that weapon. And because there's not a manual or treatise for that in the HEMA community, this means that we have a chance to kind of create something on our own, potentially. So I'm really interested to see where that goes. Because there is just a huge amount of these kind of historical weapons that we have no idea how they're really truly used, but we can now get a very inexpensive version that has the right profile and should have the right feel to it, and now we can go and actually try to figure that out, which I think is a very interesting thing. And honestly, you're the spark that I'm hoping will actually turn into an ignition there. So from my point of view, I think that's one of the coolest aspects of this is just, it actually transcends the product itself, because we're getting back to trying to understand something that has been lost now, not even in the historical records, they're just gone, and so we can try to recreate it.
Yeah, the sickle is unique because Mayer, M-A-I-R, does have some treatises. The Viking stuff, the Kopis, not so much, but there's always going to be people interested in it. It's going to be in your fencing bag. You're going to have this is what I picture, a new student come in who maybe likes the Viking stuff. Okay, well, here we have Viking. Oh, wait, we also have long swords. And there's your crack. You got the guy in, you got him into your club. Boom, you've got a new student, you've got new income on your club's going to grow, HEMA's going to grow. That's why I like to throw these different weapons out there. So it's fun in that way. We can move down the table a little bit. We saw the knees. We do carry the full line of spec stuff. We have these awesome gloves, a very big seller there. We have these that we came out, and I'm calling them a single stick and rapier glove. Some people are using them for saber. Lots of saber guys were using these, not nearly as much protection. Again, don't go 100% out. This does not have the protection, but it's got a little bit better wrist here, knuckle guard, a little bit finger, and low profile. Yes, for the rapier, that's what's good. You can fit this in the hilt, a complex hilt.
Yeah, I'm thinking of things like a basket hilt broadsword or a modern saber or small sword. You can't have these big bulky gloves because they don't fit in things. Yeah, and you've got those knuckle guards on the sword itself, so you're really getting more minimal protection. But that's okay because that's by design.
Yeah. Yeah, the single stick, we have some single stick hilts that are new. I'd love to show those. I'll send you some of those as well. Great product, works with that. This is a little bit old. I've had this out for about a year. This is our dagger. I've got the messer. This is kind of a new design. Earlier I had some rubber flats on here. You might remember that. It had a good grip, a good feel, but I just never thought it looked as good as I wanted. It had a weird pommel here. Completely revamped it. So we've got a deep fuller here, as you see. Cast stainless steel pommels here. This is stainless steel. We weld on the nagel here. I'm real happy with this. It still has a square profile, so you can do the flips that are shown in there. That's a lot of customers requested that. I have a Kriegsmesser as well. Can you go grab? I think it's still in there. I want to show you that. That's brand new. That was one of our first ones. We have a line of sabers. You're gonna have to check out the website. This is a straight saber. I sold all the others. Like you said, you should have come yesterday.
Well, the very first time you guys set up, I immediately a Polish saber essentially caught my eye, and I was like, well, I'm buying that, and I did. I bought it. It was wonderful. Yeah, yeah. I had a beautiful wrapping job on the handle and everything. So,
That's right. You got
yeah.
the red and black one. That's pretty rare. You're lucky.
Yeah, I was very happy. I managed to nab that one very quickly.
Yes. We do have two. We have the curved saber, but we have two weights. We kind of have a military saber that doesn't have any fuller, a little bit heavier or wider blade, and then we have kind of more of a civilian dueling saber. It's got a deeper fuller. It's a little bit lighter, so that kind of gives you two varieties. Again, depends what you're training specifically. So we have that, and this is a straight saber. I guess 1860s thereabouts. Here's the Kriegsmesser. Longer grip. You can compare the two right there. Really nice. This has been great. Again, cast stainless steel pommel. We're moving towards all stainless steel hardware as best as possible when strength is not an issue. Stainless is hard, not totally strong sometimes, but in this case, it's perfectly fine. Square handle, curve, deep fuller. Very nice. Those are nice. I just brought this as a conversation piece, kind of getting back to some of the other weapons, but a lot of HEMA guys will throw a katana in their bag. The age-old longsword knight versus katana samurai.
Let's not bring that up, right?
Let's not bring it up, but it comes up. Here, this was my version 3. I actually have a version 4 out now, so I want to try to move some of these. Again, it's just throw it in your bag and have it. It's the same type plastic. It's got the tapered on here. My new ones have a fuller. They're really nice. I'm real happy with those. A different Suba as well on that.
Yeah, and I was noticing, again, so many things are now missing because they've all been sold. But, yeah, I was noticing, again, one of the advantages, one of the things that you are giving us in the HEMA community is just this large variety. Because otherwise we would have to wait for there to be some company that's going to make like a steel blunt version that has to sit there and think, okay, can I make the proper business case for this, and how much is my production cost going to have to ramp up? And so honestly, they don't do it because they don't think it will sell. Yeah, a lot of the time. And so, but you're able to bring them in at a good price point, but also manufacture them quickly and in a way that that actually gets it to market to the people who actually really want this stuff, and it's just hard to find.
Yeah, absolutely, and usually at a third of the cost. You can buy one of my swords, or 3 of my swords to one of his. So again, it's getting a club started. Instead of waiting for one sword, well, let's just buy 3 or 4 right now. Boom, we've got a club started, and that's been my goal, and with the variety.
Yeah, I actually noticed, so I was actually browsing online earlier, looking actually at the sickles, and there was like a club package deal where it was like you can get 4 sickles, and so you get it for a little bit less expensive, but then you can get a bunch of you and your friends to actually get together and say, now we all have a sickle, let's go practice. So it's that exact kind of thing. It's that quickly ramp up a club mentality, because again, HEMA can be very expensive. When you start looking at all the high-end gear and getting steel blunts for everything, you're investing thousands and thousands of dollars. So what's a couple extra $100 to get multiple different types of swords that you can practice with?
Yeah, compared to golf or tennis or any other thing, it's along the same lines. The demographics are probably younger guys who probably can't afford it always. So that's we work out. We do offer a lot of our gloves, kind of a low-end glove, a high-end glove. So you just checking it out, or are you serious? That's where we step in a lot, really, and help out people. I think I got everything covered. Maybe the short sword again. This is a new short sword. We've kind of we're changing it a little bit. The website will slowly start to see the new designs. But again, fullered heel here, a little bit wider here. Same historical balance. Again, I'm getting back to that. Still going to have the historical balance. The flex for safety. The point of balance is always good. We're working on some new pommels as well. We're going to clean those up as well. So we're just trying to make it look really nice. Some good, nice, professional. Kind of getting back to professional, what Tasha was saying. We want y'all to have a club where you have a new student and you're just not in 20 different products and just totally not looking good. We want this to be professional so your students will stick around and appreciate what y'all are doing.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to walk me through all these products, because I know this has been an extremely busy weekend for everyone, and you guys especially. It's because we were in like this central hallway, so everyone's always walking by here and stopping, and I have now taken up a good bit of your time, and I really appreciate that. So again, sure, absolutely.
Okay. So yes, we do enjoy going out to events. If I cannot make it to an event, sometimes Christian will make it to an event. And 1 second. We also, this is Ashley Hobbs, and she's with Ordo in Baton Rouge, and she is coming alongside us. She's answering, so if you email the customer service link on our website, Ashley will probably answer your question. If she doesn't know, then she will send me a quick text and say, hey, is this in stock? Or, hey, do we have this size? And I'll let her know, and then she can let you know. So she's been answering a lot of your questions and just sort of taking some of the me being in email, and so that I can actually get your order out. But Ashley will be attending some events for us, so be looking for her. Come to our website, and we'll have a list of what events we'll be attending. We'll try to keep that updated. Please like us on Facebook. We'll be making more and more announcements on that. Sometimes I remember to update Facebook, sometimes I don't. But we'll try to keep that more updated with our current schedule, our new products that are coming out, just to sort of let our customers know what we're working on and where we're going to be, so that you can come see these products in person.
Wonderful. So there you go. Make sure, again, visit the website at woodenswords.com. Natasha, Christian, thank you so much for the time. I appreciate it. Everyone else out there, go check out their website. It's really awesome stuff. And talk to you